So I live in China, and like, look at this. Huge living room, view of the highway, view of beautiful nature, mountains back there. Look at this, and just look at the kitchen. Look how big the kitchen is. The kitchen is huge. Like, what? And we just bought this refrigerator for only like $240. Somewhere around there. Amazingly beautiful refrigerator with a freezer at the bottom. And this place is like 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's one of the worst decisions that we could have ever made. Horrible decision, don't do it. By the way, if you can't tell, I'm totally kidding. You should definitely consider moving abroad.
I saw a video of an individual. He said the same thing. He's only been here 2 weeks, and he's just now discovering what I've known for 17 years.
The United States and China are in the big technology competitions. Who wins the technology war? Because the winner of the technology war is going to win all wars. The United States is very much a big picture. It definitely has this debt money economy problem. It definitely has the internal conflict.
I'm gonna tell y'all, this is how it go. It's simple. It sound unreal, but this is how it go in China. Once you get hired by a good company, they're gonna buy your ticket to get there. They're gonna help you get all your visa, get everything settled. The next thing they're gonna do, they're gonna ask you, do you have a family? Because if you have a family, that means they're gonna buy you a bigger apartment so your family can be comfortable. They're not gonna put you in no small apartment if you have a family of 2, 3, 4. Next, they're gonna buy the apartment. They're gonna show you videos and photos. Then you can negotiate your own salary. If it's a good company, you can get paid $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, up to $4,000 or $5,000 a month. This is with no apartment, no bills, no expenses. They cover everything. And I'm not Christian or anything, but if you want to go home for the holiday, they can pay for your round trip ticket to go home. I'm so serious. This is not a game. I can show y'all job offers. I can help y'all go to China. Go to my Instagram, follow me on Instagram, DM me on Instagram. You can also look at my highlights when I was in China recently. I just came back to America a couple months ago. China is where it's at. I'm telling you, go to China. You're not going to have any expenses. You're going to be able to save money. You're going to be next to Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam. I was like 1 hour 30 from Philippines. The flight was $150 round trip to the Philippines. I'm telling you, if you have the chance, get out of America. Get out of America. Bro, nobody's saving money here. Nobody can travel. Nobody can do what they want. You barely can take off work. Why would you want to live 20, 30, 40 years like that? You have no control over your life. Someone...
She didn't have to cut me off. Now we were nothing. Your love, but you treat me like so up.
YouTube, welcome back, gang, to another episode of Tay Wizzle Reactions. We on our way to 300 subscribers. Thanks to you all tapping into the channel, showing y'all love and support, liking, commenting, and subscribing on the channel. I really appreciate it. If you want to catch me live, go to tiktok.com/TayWizzle276 at 8 a.m. Twitch.tv/TayWizzleTV at 5 p.m. Kick.com/TayWizzle at 5 p.m. And if you got anything you want to send me, want me to show on the channel, go ahead and put it in the community, or you can drop it in the DMs at any one of my social media platforms. Today, man, we back with the controversial videos, man. The title of today's video was called Black Americans Are Relocating Massively to China as the American Economy is Collapsing. Video by Convo Space, shout out to them. But gang, I guess enough must be enough. Never thought I'd see the day where everybody black is talk about going to China. Even though I don't know, like, I can't wait to see this video myself because I don't know nobody that fucking moved to China and they talk about massively. But from what I saw, man, it looks like people was fed up with the economy. Prices done skyrocketed on basically everything from essential items to bills and electronics. You name it, the government got their hands in our pocket some way or another. But these new problem emerges as people was already in the middle of their battle of fighting against these taxes. that comes from out of your pension from every which way. Now people got to worry about getting fired, like possibly not even having a job because of these new laws that done changed. And on top of that, bro, prices just continue to increase. Now it seems like people didn't reach that breaking point because we just reported on a video where California basically made it legal to loot as long as whatever you looted was considered to be under a certain amount. And I forgot what that specific amount was, but it's diabolical to even consider the fact that nobody is going to be prosecuted for stealing. And that actually has been reported in a couple of states, to be honest. But aside from basically having a get out of jail free card if you decide to go steal anything that's essential, and that can equal under, I think it was like $900. Well, that seems to not be doing the trick anyway. People seem to not to be satisfied with getting away with stealing. And I get it. Some people don't want to anyway. But there's others that found an alternative to cope with this harsh life that we live over here in America. Just seems like every day is something new that they stir up aimed at the people. Then they give us a solution that we fall for and that we end up suffering from ultimately in the end. But noticing that most of these financial tragedies is mostly occurring in America, a lot of black people are starting to find economic happiness abroad. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. And as always, if you like the content, don't be too shy to hit that like and subscribe button, get notified when I drop a new video or when I'm updating y'all on the old one. Now let's ride, gang.
So I figured out why exactly the whole, like, a Chinese person who's not familiar with Americans would feel that a black American in China is like, doesn't make sense. And if you're black, you must be African in China. It's because of the hierarchy of countries. So essentially, if you are, usually, everyone knows that a lot of immigrants go to Western countries to get a better life. So, the United States, Canada, Australia, UK, Germany, and France are considered like top tier countries to immigrate to. I mean, also it's tied to colonization, but that's a whole other thing. So in China, if you are, Chinese people are very proud if their kids or if they get an opportunity to study or work abroad and then come back and they can brag about how they lived abroad. But to Chinese people, and like the thing is, it's kind of sad about, actually no, for most of the world, which is really crappy, and the way that, the powers that be have made our mindsets terrible, they see countries in Africa as lower than China. So although they can understand why an American would come over to China, their mentality is like, oh, he's probably getting a lot of money to be here, or, oh, he's an expat, so of course he'll be here. For a black person in China, they're like, oh, they're probably from Africa because they are trying to find a better life outside of their quote unquote poor country. This is not what I'm saying. I'm trying to justify the mentality because unfortunately a lot of Chinese people look down on Africans. And it's just like kind of a crappy thing. Not kind of, it is a crappy thing, but like it comes from the sense of like, again, like they think that the Chinese government is doing a lot more for African countries than they are for their own countries, and like, just the terrible mentality that most of the world has about Africa. So back to like why they would think that a black person is automatically from Africa in China. It's like, okay, yeah, you need to find a better life, so you're going to come to China. So if you're American, America's already the top. So why would you, as a black person, come to China if you're trying to better your life? So I hope that makes sense.
The way I think about China, I call it the engineering state because at various points in the last few decades, the entirety of the Standing Committee of the Politburo, the 9 highest ruling members of the Chinese Communist Party, all of them had degrees in engineering. of a very Soviet sort. So these are people who are trained to build, where a mega project is kind of the answer to any number of quandaries that they have. So for the Chinese, there is no problem that cannot be solved with yet another bridge, road, highway, hyperscaler. The US is really a country where the government is made by the lawyers, for the lawyers, and of the lawyers. Lawyers have been very deeply entrenched in America since the very founding. So if you take a look at the first 13 American presidents, everyone from Washington to Lincoln, all but 3 of them had practiced law at some point. The Democratic Party today is really full of lawyers, such that between 1980 to 2020, every single vice presidential and presidential nominee by the Democrats had gone to law school before. And the issue with lawyers is that they're really good at saying no. They're really good at blocking things.
So people ask us all the time,
They're good at
why
lying.
do we leave America? Why won't we go back to America? Why do we love outside of America the most? And this is a random Tuesday, mind you. Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. And look at this. We are on the balcony of the biggest room at the W here in Xi'an, China. The biggest hotel room. Watch this. I'm gonna run for you. We don't have one-sided balcony, we have 2. And with the view of the city.
Damn.
Tuesday morning, right? And watch this. Watch what just came to our room. This just arrived at our doorstep. Look at this. This just arrived to our room like 5 minutes ago.
China.
And it's a random Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. So you tell me, why won't you travel the world and enjoy your life? Because when we get asked that question, we don't even respond anymore because our life shows it all. Random Tuesday. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why we won't come back to America anytime soon. Life is like this for us every day. If you want your life to be in shambles, then that's cool. But don't ask us why we won't go back to America or go back home. We don't have a home anymore. We travel the world. We travel the world full time, and we love it.
So I'm an American living in China, and you won't believe how much we paid for our Wi-Fi yesterday. Yesterday, our Wi-Fi was literally $80 for the whole year. For the whole year. Like, we have never in our life paid that much.
What
for
the
Wi-Fi.
fuck?
I remember in America, our Wi-Fi bill, Wi-Fi and cable is like in a bundle, you know. So Wi-Fi in America was literally like $200 and something. Like, imagine paying $80
Per month,
for your
though.
whole year of Wi-Fi in your household. And mind you, it came with 2 routers. Each router was only $13. Like, what? Mind you, our apartment is like, I would say around 250 square meters or something like that. But you guys, the Wi-Fi was so affordable. We were so quick to pay. It was ridiculous. Like, we were like, okay, here. Like, it's really insane, like, how affordable bills can be. If y'all want to know, make sure you follow on how much our how much our water bill and electricity bills are, because this is only the beginning. This is literally only the beginning, and we can't wait to show you more of our journey. Also, we started a new series on our YouTube called Living the American Dream in China. So if you want to check that out, make sure you click the link in the bio and subscribe.
China, being a black person in China, this is what we go through here in China. Like, they've not seen black people. Hi. What's your name? Sorry? It's okay. So, like, it's okay. Okay. Okay, now. So, like, they're just staring at. Say hi. Oh, I love you too. Okay.
Did they call her?
Oh no, guys. Last one, okay. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Oh my God, this has been too much. The experiences we get here in China, being a black person in China, this is what. Be ready for that.
I moved my family from Thailand back to China, and let me tell you why. He lived in China before. My kids pretty much grew up here in China, and so they wanted to come back to China before they graduated from high school. The second reason is because China has a bigger economy. They have more stuff going on here when it comes to business and also looking for a job. The jobs they pay way more money than Thailand. Yes, Thailand is very inexpensive and it's really easy to move there. And that's the reason why a lot of people are moving to Thailand, because we had a family of 4 and you can live for the month off of like $1,500, $1,000 a month there. But that's just not what we wanted to do. So Thailand did not align with what we were looking for long term in regards to running our businesses and, possibly finding a job if we wanted to. But I'm not going to lie. Listen, y'all, Thailand was a good vacation spot. We may consider moving there for retirement, but to be honest, probably not. If we go on another, 4 to 6 month stint, we will probably move to Vietnam other than going back to Thailand. Thailand was good while it lasted, but for long-term growth in regards to what we want to do with our family and our future, it just wasn't a good fit. And that's okay.
Listen, I live in China. I do business here. I have a lot of stuff going on here in China. I help people source. Yes, you do have companies who are willing to pay for your first round of production. The innovation here, the forward thinking here, the building, and what they are trying to do here is just unmatched.
Privileges that we had in America that we don't quite have in China. So first off, in America, we at least had the privilege of getting a credit check every time we wanted something of value, such as a car or even a simple apartment, versus in China, or even Asia in general, all they want to know is if you can afford the rent. When we went to go look for an apartment, they just simply told us the fees and we paid the money for our apartment and moved in. In America, we had the privilege of worrying about our safety. When we were in America, we at least were allowed to carry, just in case some things went left. Versus in China, people don't even carry guns here. Could you imagine living life not even having to worry about protecting yourself? That's insane. Also, in America, we had the privilege of paying expensive bills. I mean, how could you possibly not want to pay $400 a month for a light bill? Also, in America, we actually got to live the fast life. We were never able to actually live life at our own pace, always worrying about bills and just worrying about money all the time. Here in China, we actually get to live life at our own pace. And we actually get to think about what we want to do in life. And these are privileges that we had in America that we don't quite have in China.
Actually, a lot of black people you'll talk to say they prefer the racism in China over back in the States. They perceive it to be differently because here they see it more as ignorance, whereas in the States it's more like hate. Like people actually hate you and like want to kill you or threaten you violently. But in China, it's more like, it's just different. It doesn't seem like they hate you. Especially when I speak Chinese, I can go almost anywhere and talk to people, at least in the places I've been so far. And people will kind of accept me, I guess. I don't know how else to explain that, but they won't be like, oh, get out of my store. They won't follow me around in the store and see if I'm trying to steal something. They won't, be rude to me. Now, that's not the case for all black people. Again, I'm the Obama black, I guess, that Chinese people are more comfortable with. So when you have kind of darker skinned black people, their experiences are much, much different than mine.
We're Black Americans living in China, and this is our $500 a month apartment.
Alright, so when you first walk in, you actually have the kitchen. It has nice cabinets and everything. It's not too big, not too small, but it's perfect for us. But one special thing about this kitchen is the fact that this is actually a unique feature. This comes out to, give us more ventilation whenever we're cooking and stuff like that. So it's actually perfect. We actually love our kitchen. But let's get into this living room.
The aesthetic of this place is outstanding. That's what really sold us. I mean, look at this place. You have the nice black and gray aesthetic look to it. You also have massive windows, and you have a ceiling that can't be touched. And also, the thing about shopping here in China for places to stay is most of the places is going to already be furnished. So no, we didn't have to pay a dime for any of this furniture here. It came with the place, and it's our option to change it out or keep it. And also, one more thing. Shadu, Shadu. Lao Shang Chong Lin.
搞定了。
All right, so this is one of the bedrooms, or should I say this is our princess's bedroom. This is actually Sky. So meet Sky. She is a Maine Coon, and she can get as big as 25 pounds.
30 pounds.
30 pounds?
Yeah, 30.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. But yeah, this is her room. It's going to look way better than this later. But yes, this is our princess's room. We haven't introduced you guys yet. But she is such a nice, sweet Maine Coon. And she's going to be nice, fluffy with a nice scarf right here. But yeah, y'all, this is our baby, so she's super sweet.
All right, so now that we have downstairs out of the way, let's go upstairs. This is the bedroom, and it's kind of different to us because we're not used to the loft living style. I love the view right here. It's like a balcony outside, but inside of the house. We're not used to loft style, so this is really like different, but we love it because we get to basically take the whole place right here. So this is another touch to the bedroom that just made us come here. We're planning on getting a bigger place soon, so stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for the furnished tour because we're doing more stuff. But the bathroom is modern and sleek, and it just sold us even more because you have like the countertop that's marble. You have the mirror with its own light to get your hair done or fix up your edges, your line up, brush your teeth or whatever. You have your nice over tub to take good baths or soak your legs and stuff like me. I was an athlete, so I have like leg pain sometimes. I mean, what more can you ask for with a loft that's $500 a month? So yes, this is our bathroom, and that completes our upstairs tour.
So that pretty much wraps up our apartment tour. I'm not gonna lie, it was super, super hard to find an apartment that we liked in China. But yeah, if you have any other questions about how you can get an apartment in China, we know you guys were gonna ask. So we created this specially made video for you guys down below. So make sure you check it out.
If you would have told me when I was a teenager growing up in East Chicago that I would be living in China, I would have laughed at you back then. You know, because you know all the things that you hear on TV. Not knowing, you know, one day I will be living here and it would change my life, man. It's been an amazing ride. It's been beautiful. The Chinese people was amazing. The culture, the food.
The food.
Safe.
So guys, we're walking in one of the malls here. You're telling me the malls here are all connected, right, to each other. I know of the Londoner, the Venetian, this is Parisian that we are right now. And they are all connected. So we're taking you guys on a walk as you enjoy this beautiful story of my brother right here. They've got casinos, you know, Macau is known for casinos. They've got luxurious restaurants.
You know, Macau is known much more than just casino. So Macau is very famous for its history. You know, how East meets West.
That's right.
The Portuguese culture and the Chinese culture. That's what makes Macau very unique.
That's right.
You know, and that's what makes China unique. Because you have history in pretty much every place you go in China.
That's right.
And the Portuguese food also is amazing. Before you go, you have to try the famous egg tart.
Oh yeah, you're talking about it.
Macau egg tart,
Yeah, we've got to try it. Maybe we'll try it in this vlog. So guys, wherever you are watching this video, make sure you come down, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Let's get this going.
So I've gotten quite a few questions like this one, and so I thought I would try to explain how we ended up in China in 3 minutes, one take only. So in 2019, Devin and I were engaged, and we were planning on getting married May 30th, 2020. And one day I got on Facebook and I saw that an old coworker of mine, two of them actually, decided to come to China, and they were like living their best lives, and it got me thinking. And so one day Devin and I were in the car, and I was just like, what do you think about moving to China? And he was like, no. But I kind of just really, it like stuck with me for some reason, and so I kept bringing it up, and finally he agreed to do a FaceTime call with my two past colleagues, and they are a white woman, a black man, so I think Devin really enjoyed getting like the black male perspective of living in China. And after that conversation, he was like 80% sold on coming here. And so then it was up to me to do everything else. Like I had to figure out like where we're gonna work, that kind of stuff, so that, you know, it could actually happen, because he wasn't really sold on it, but he was like, if this is something you really want to do, then, I mean, you get it all set up and we'll go. So luckily the school that my old coworkers worked at was hiring, so we interviewed with them and we got the jobs in November 2019, and we told our families Thanksgiving 2019, and we signed our contracts and we were ready to go for the fall of 2020. And then, as you know, COVID happened like literally right after that, and so we were a little bit worried that we weren't going to be able to come, but our school worked really hard and we were able to come. We did not get here when we were supposed to. We were supposed to arrive August 2020, but because it was so hard to get like plane tickets, you have to do all these extra steps now, we ended up not arriving until September 29th, 2020. And we've been here ever since. And the main reason why I wanted to come is because we were about to be married. I wanted to enjoy the married life before we had kids and just experience something new. I really wanted to travel the world, and I know China is like a good place to get to travel. If you are working here, you can like go to all the different countries. And so that was our goal, and obviously to save and make money. But COVID, and China is very strict on their rules, so we didn't necessarily get to travel as much as we planned, but we have, like, you know, grown in our marriage and also saved a lot of money. So overall, it's a good thing that we came, even though it's not exactly what we were anticipating when we first decided to come.
What's the tea, sis? As a Black American who's lived in China for nearly a decade, here are the top 3 questions that I get asked the most. Let's get into it. Number 1 is, what is it like being Black in China? And here's the truth. The whole world has definitely been fed colorism, but in China, you don't really walk around thinking I'm Black. Like, more so you'll remember, like, yes, I'm definitely a foreigner. And honestly, being a foreigner here is sort of tea, because it carries sort of like a positivity, a curiosity. People want to take care of you. They're fascinated with you. They love your hair, your skin, your style, okay? You're going to get stares. People are going to want to come up and take a picture with you, but it's because you just look so interesting and you're so cool. All right? You may even feel like a little celebrity, okay? The most powerful thing is that passport. That little navy blue passport carries so much weight here, okay? Being an American comes with certain privileges abroad, because the world views America a whole nother way than how you feel when you're in America. Like that tea. Number 2 is it safe here? Let me tell you something. Safety is not something I think about, and ooh, it feels so good. I can walk outside at 2 a.m. I know no one's gonna come up and rob me, kidnap me. I can hop in an Uber after a night out, and I have no stress about it. I can leave my laptop and phone on a cafe table, go to the bathroom, come back, and nothing's touched. Like, y'all, that's a freedom it's the little things for me. Listen, living here, I realized something. In America, we're constantly in survival mode. I was like, you know what? Maybe Americans are actually nice, but they've been conditioned to have to be hard on the outside, because if they're seen being a little too friendly, people may come up and rob them or do something because they feel that they're weak. Like, that's crazy. We have become guarded out of survival mode. But in China, you can let your guard down, you can explore, take solo trips, and just be. And I love that for us, okay? Number 3 is, are there opportunities for Black Americans? Listen, absolutely. China is the land of possibilities. You can come here and teach, entrepreneurship, tech, fashion, sourcing, you name it. I built my own businesses here. I carved out a life that I love. But here's the truth. Opportunities will not just fall in your lap. You have to show up and go after them. I've just come to the conclusion to just be where you're appreciated. In China, I'm not surviving, I'm just being. And you deserve that too. I actually made a guide for anyone who's interested in moving or just simply visiting China. If you want the link, comment down below. Escape. My name is Shaquela. Make sure you follow me for more content. And if you just want to see my fabulous life in China, or if you're interested in sourcing products from China, whatever it is, you name it, I got a business for that, because that's what living here does. It just opens up your mind to be like, I can start that business. Ooh, I can do that business. I can do that business. I can do, and you're not always being a consumer. So I'm going to end this video with that. I love y'all. Mwah.
Living in China, or I don't even fucking live here,
If you're here, even for a minute, a day, for an hour, as a black person, you know the simulation when you're walking through a crowd and they're all bumping into you, they're literally rejecting you, like from that scene from Inception. That's what it feels like to be in China as a black person. It is like a visceral rejection of your presence. They hate you and they do not hide it. And guess what? It's not socially unacceptable to do so. They're gonna take advantage. People will go out of their way. I literally had an interaction where I'm walking, like just walking, minding my business, and I'm walking on the sidewalk, and there's this couple that's walking next to me, and the couple decides to walk in front of me. That's fine. They literally stop walking and start laughing and giggling so that I would bump into them. And I'm like, what is your why would you do that? The girl is, she thinks it's so fucking funny. Mind you, the people, the Asian women that I've had the most problems with, Chinese women, are always fucking ugly. Like, it looks like a dog, bitch. You know what I mean? What? Ta, shi, kan, go. I don't know. Looks like a dog. I gotta figure out, I'm gonna Google that. How to say, you look like a dog, bitch. She looks like a fucking dog. She's laughing. So now I'm upset. So I'm just trying to like avoid them. But I'm one of those people, once I'm upset, it's very hard to get me unupset. So I'm like, okay, you wanna play with me, bitch? Cool, I got something for you. So I asked them, I said, showing you. They're like, Shama, Shama. The girl's still laughing, showing you. And I'm asking them, do you speak English? Speak English, that's what that means, speak English. They're sitting over here, she's laughing and giggling. And they're just shrugging their shoulders. And I'm like, what was it out? And I said, wait, Shama, why? Why would you do that? Basically, why? And they're sitting over there talking about some, he said, well, was it out? I was like, yeah, was it out? I said, how would you feel if I did that to you? I said that in English. So I just start going up to them and blocking their way as they try to walk away. No, that don't feel so good. Mind you, the girl's laughing. So I said, nan kanu, ugly girl, nan kanu. And she's still laughing. Girl, laugh away that pain. So I said, nan kanu. So she's sitting over here laughing, having the time of her life. Bitch, I'm not playing with you. This is not a game. So she's laughing. And I say to her, hold on. She's laughing. So now they're walking and I'm walking and I'm just like, I'm on with you. And I can't ben out to new panyo, ugly boyfriend, ugly girlfriend, ugly bitch. I'm just saying anything at this point. I'm putting all my vocabulary words together because you just pissed me the fuck off. Like, China is really, if you understand, first of all, a lot of people here speak English and they pretend like they don't. If you don't understand me in English, let me cuss your ass out in Chinese, bitch. And I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability, ho. You getting red. Because the curse words was it wasn't the first words that I learned, but it's the ones I remember, bitch. I'm never gonna forget how to call somebody a bitch ever in my life. Remember that.
It seems like China modeled their economy, I mean their culture a little bit after America, how America's supposed to be. Like basically, like things are so good it's like an incentive to live there. But the last lady, that's like what, the second account of basically somebody saying like it's, you know, crazy racist over there. But through comparison, it's not like how it is over here. And then there's way more accounts of people loving it over there than, you know, experiencing what they were just talking about. So I don't know. If you ask me, I would say like, okay, of course it's racist, but not like we think. And it may just be less racist over there. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Actually, though, the fact that they treat every black person like a celebrity is a bit of racism right there, but it's like a good, it's almost like it's complimented because they all staring at you like they never saw a black person before. I mean, I don't know how long that was. I don't know if they still do that, but that's just crazy. Like, you feel me? Like, you might, I don't know. Some people might like that, but other people that don't like attention not gonna want people in their face or in their space like that all the time. Who knows though? China could have been like that though, and maybe America pushed that tyranny, communist shit in our brain just to ensure we don't go over there and actually experience that. That's how we supposed to be living for real. And that guy that was talking about, oh, lawyers is this, when he said America was built off of lawyers, and most of the Democratic Party is lawyers. I don't doubt none of that. You feel me? But what he forgot to say was lawyers is also good at lying. They are very good at lying. But this video ultimately is giving me the feeling like, you feel me, China would be an option for me to move if I wanted to move out of America. I don't get that the racism that was experienced over there is outweighing the positivity, and the reason why everybody saying they would either stay over there or move back over there. Now, the reason why China is having this. Now, I don't know if it's like a program or an announcement to where they like, oh, we only doing this for black people, or it could just be people in general. But if it is just for black people, now I gotta wonder why. Now I gotta wonder, why is it just specifically for black people? Why do y'all want us to come over there so bad? Making me think they got some ulterior motive that they might, pounce on us after we stuck over there. So I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I shouldn't move over there, but I also don't feel like I should just pick up and move everything over there. But I will keep China in mind, though. And y'all let me know down below what you all think. What would you do? Would you move over there in China? Now, saying what you saying what you just saw, the clips we just saw, do you feel like if you was to move to China, you would have more so of a good time or a bad time due to racism? Like, I feel like it'll be a new experience, of course, but I feel like you might see a bit of both, but ultimately you might have a better time than over here. Because over here is crazy. I don't think people realize like how crazy it is over here because people done normalized it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, man. Would you move to China? And if you would move to China, you feel me? Let me know which part would you move to. And if you wouldn't move, let me know why. As always, if you like the content, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you made it this far in the video, don't be too shy to hit that subscribe button, get notified when I drop a new video or when I'm updating y'all on an old one. We on our way to 300 subscribers. Thanks to you all for tapping into the channel, man. I really appreciate it. And if you guys got anything you want to send me, go ahead and put that in the community, or you could throw that in the DMs of any one of my socials. You want to catch me live, go to tiktok.com/tables276 at 8 a.m. twitch.tv/tableswtv at 5 p.m. kick.com/tables at 5 p.m. every day except for Saturdays. Shout out to Convo Space for the video, man. I still got a couple things to do, and I think I gotta make a run. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. But I appreciate you all for stopping by, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I love y'all, and I'm gone. You heard me. Thank you for watching.
She didn't have to cut me off.